haven't done this for a while. I haven't talked to y'all in a minute, and there's a lot that has happened, but I want to start off by giving Marvel their props. Marvel has done the most expansive cinematic collection of films that span multiple characters that all tie in together that I've ever seen anywhere. Um, 25 plus movies, um, a plethora of TV shows that all tie in together, that all wind itself back to one cohesive story. There have been some missteps, I will admit, but for the most part, Marvel has done a pretty good job of telling one story. Um, so what I want to talk about tonight is essentially just three movies. Not three movies, two movies, one TV show. Loki, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and Ant Man and QuANTuMANIA. And I want to bring these up because although these seemingly have nothing to do with each other, you have to watch all of them to see where Marvel is going. Um, let's start off with Loki and the Multiverse. Not Loki, but Loki in general. Loki went through the TVA, the Time Variant Authority, to preserve the sacred timeline. And the sacred timeline was essentially Kang trying to keep order away from his other selves. We didn't see that definitively in the show, but we got to see the one at the end the one who remains, who was a very interesting character. It kind of ended on a cliffhanger because they broke the timeline and they didn't know, and then everything started going funky. Um, we then go into crap. We also have to talk about WandaVision. WandaVision and her uh, alternate reality powers, and then Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, right? So those two things kind of tie in together to make the multiverse a thing. And the multiverse is where Marvel is allowed to bring in the X-Men and other mutants and how everything else ties into that cinematic universe. Um, and then you go into Ant Man and QuANTuMANIA. And that is a very interesting story because you get a story with um that is honestly, let's be honest. Ant Man and QuANTuMANIA is a self-contained story that has branches or Easter eggs for other movies, which I enjoyed. I enjoyed the fact that they tied back to the first Ant Man and how wild that was. I enjoyed the fact that they have stayed on the same theme of what Ant Man has been about. Um, Shrinking and growing bigger. You shrink too small, you do not know the effects that you have on the universe. What I am curious about is how you plan on tying all these things together with the additional projects that you've already started. Um, Miss Marvel, in all honesty, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I did not watch Miss Marvel. I know that's supposed to be coming out later this year with the Marvels, with Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, Captain Marvel with Brie Larson. What is Brie Larson's real name? Carol Danvers and Kamala Khan. Honestly, I feel that they're slightly inconsequential at this point. Um, because we made such a huge deal about the Infinity Stones and where their power came from. Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, your power is inconsequential when compared to time. Um, Monica Rambeau, you're light energy and you don't exist, quote unquote, technically. Kamala Khan, I've never been a fan of your character. Sorry, not sorry. Um, but I don't see how you really play into this either. Um, but honestly, I still got to go watch the movie. Which means that if I go watch the movie, then I go back and watch the TV show because it all ties. And Marvel has done a brilliant job tying everything together. It all fits in the grand scheme of things. So since 2008, we have been consistently tying movies together. But I don't know what I'm- how I'm supposed to take these end loop tie-ins together. The end of Loki, we broke the sacred timeline. We don't know which timeline we're actually in. Don't know what that means for everybody at the end. Um, End of Doctor Strange. Wanda goes off and breaks her hold on alternate realities. Doctor Strange teaches America uh, how to start using her magic and opening portals. But then there's an incursion that Doctor Strange has to go fight and solve. Ant Man and the Wasp, we got a Thanos scene of I'll do it myself, but I really don't know what that means. And then you tied it back to Loki and how all that. Hmm, I'm curious to see what Marvel is doing. Just have to wait and see, right? But what do I know? Forget about the rules.